Welcome to the channel, The Shelved Game. If you are new here, this channel is about finding those games that have been on my shelf for years or on my list that haven't been played yet, bringing them out and showing them some love. Today, we will be going over one of my all-time favorite games that I would love to get back on the table with the right group, Blood on the Clocktower. As always, this script is completely human-produced. We just use AI voice to help narrate. Without further ado, let's jump into the rules overview. Blood on the Clocktower is a social deduction game built around hidden roles, lying, teamwork, and deduction. Unlike games such as Mafia or Werewolf, eliminated players are not removed from the game entirely. Even after death, players can still talk, participate in discussions, and cast one final vote, which keeps everyone involved until the end. For a first game, most groups use the base script Trouble Brewing, which is specifically designed to teach the game's core mechanics in a balanced and approachable way. The game is divided into two teams: the good team, made up mostly of townsfolk and outsiders, and the evil team, made up of minions and a demon. The good team wins if they successfully execute the demon, while the evil team wins if the number of living evil players equals the number of living good players, or if the demon survives until the final 3 players and avoids execution. At the beginning of the game, one player becomes the storyteller, who acts as the moderator rather than a competitor. The storyteller secretly assigns every player a character token and explains basic rules before the first night begins. Players sit in a circle, and during the night phase, everyone closes their eyes while certain roles wake up to gather information or use abilities. During the day phase, all players openly discuss suspicions, share information, bluff, accuse others, and attempt to identify the demon. Players may hold private conversations away from the table, which is one of the game's defining mechanics. Eventually, someone nominates a player for execution, the group votes, and the player with the most votes is executed at the end of the day. Then, night begins again. This cycle continues until one side wins. The core mechanic that makes Blood on the Clocktower unique is that information is intentionally unreliable. Some players receive truthful information, others receive false information because of poisoning or drunkenness, and evil players are constantly lying. Even good players may accidentally spread incorrect information because certain roles interfere with abilities. As a result, the game is less about finding a single clue and more about piecing together patterns from multiple conversations over time. The Trouble Brewing script contains 4 categories of characters: townsfolk, outsiders, minions, and the demon. Townsfolk are powerful good characters that gather information or protect the town. Outsiders are good players with harmful or difficult abilities. Minions assist the demon by creating confusion, and the demon secretly kills players each night. The Washwoman is a townsfolk who learns that one of 2 players is a particular townsfolk role, giving early clues about who may be trustworthy. The Librarian similarly learns that one of 2 players is a specific outsider. The Investigator learns that one of 2 players is a particular minion. These 3 are information-gathering roles that help establish early suspicions. The Chef learns how many pairs of evil players are sitting next to each other, which can help identify clusters of evil players around the circle. The Empath learns how many of their living neighbors are evil each night, making positioning around the circle very important. The Fortune Teller chooses 2 players each night and learns whether one of them is the demon, though one good player in the game may register falsely as the demon to confuse them. The Undertaker learns the true role of the player executed each day, which is extremely powerful for confirming information. The Raven Keeper only activates if killed at night, allowing them to learn another player's role. The Virgin Eyes, a dangerous role because if a good townsfolk publicly nominates them for execution, the nominating player dies immediately, effectively proving the Virgin is legitimate. The Slayer has a one-time ability to publicly choose a player. If that player is the demon dies instantly and the good team wins. Other townsfolk focus more on protection or manipulation. The Monk protects a player from the demon's attack each night. The Soldier is safe from the demon's attacks entirely. The Mayor can cause the good team to win if only 3 players remain alive, and no execution occurs that day, though the demon's attacks may sometimes strike another player instead. The Saint is an outsider whose execution immediately causes the good team to lose, making them a dangerous liability if the town believes they are evil. The Butler must vote only when a chosen master votes, which can make their behavior suspicious. The Recluse may falsely appear evil or as a minion or demon to information rolls, creating misleading results. The Drunk believes they are a townsfolk character, but actually has no real ability, and receives false information throughout the game, often causing major confusion. The evil team in Trouble Brewing includes 3 minions. The Poisoner chooses a player each night whose abilities malfunction and give false information. The Scarlet Woman can become the new demon if the original demon dies, while enough players remain alive, allowing the evil team to survive what would normally be a losing execution. The Baron adds extra outsiders into the game setup, weakening the overall power of the good team. The demon in Trouble Brewing is the Imp, who kills 1 player each night. The Imp also has a unique survival ability. If they choose to kill themselves, another evil player secretly becomes the new Imp, allowing evil to fake the demon's death and continue the game unexpectedly. A major part of the experience is bluffing. Evil players are given several fake character claims by the storyteller at the start of the game so they can pretend to be good roles convincingly. Good players also sometimes lie strategically to protect important information roles from being targeted by the demon. Because everyone talks constantly, the social aspect becomes just as important as the mechanical abilities. A player who seems honest may actually be evil, while a nervous or inconsistent player may simply be confused or drunk. For a first game, new players should focus less on perfect strategy and more on learning how information flows through the group. Sharing partial information carefully, comparing stories, tracking voting patterns, and noticing contradictions are all essential skills. Trouble Brewing is considered one of the best introductory social deduction experiences because every role feels impactful while remaining relatively easy to understand, and even dead players continue contributing until the final dramatic execution. This is quite a comprehensive rules explanation, though some of the finer details are missing. Make sure to read the rulebook thoroughly before your first game. Now, onto my opinion. This is hands down one of the games that have given me the best experiences playing board games. I love being the storyteller as I can see what everyone is, and play out a game that I want to unfold like what a dungeon master would do in D&D. I love that aspect of the game and try to craft town layouts that work well together. This helps to create the most rewarding experience for all the participants. The problem I see with Werewolf is the possibility of simply solving the game. I feel that the increase in uncertainty plays very well into the enjoyment of the game. This also puts much more responsibility on the storyteller to make a great story and experience for the players. It is always so rewarding to see an exciting, eventful, and close game where all teams have a chance of winning throughout the game. While winning is fun, the experience is what makes Blood on the Clocktower so appealing. You feel you've watched a wondrous show even if you lost. There are so many different ways to customize the game, with unofficial roles and special house rules to encourage new players, or give some restrictions to the moderators or certain players. Overall, once you get the hang of the rules, I believe that anyone will agree that this is better than Werewolf, full stop. This channel is all about finding that old board game shelf, playing the games I used to love or have not tried yet, and visiting new games that are just being released. If you'd like to follow me on this journey of trying out and revisiting all of my 600 plus board games in my collection and exploring new ones together, do give the video a like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me.